Storm update, Ivo says they're going to occupy the Vatican. They'll allow the minimal administrative type functions to keep the place running for now, but eventually it will be shut down. Same thing for Buckingham Palace. The fall of the old cabal regime is upon us. Ivo, we of the light have and are continuing to approach cabal members who are undecided or reluctant to continue in their ill-gotten ways. Many of these members are simply people who became government officials, with the best intentions at heart, who were blackmailed or threatened into perpetrating at times heinous acts against the people, against their consciousness, and these are the ones we are currently approaching to free them from their torture. We offer them protection as well as counsel as they go about their duties now in the name of the light. Yes, speaking of people who would be fearful. They certainly would be. Ivo, many fear for their children or their grandchildren, spouses, or their homes. They fear complete retaliation and imprisonment via the false judicial system. They fear losing everything. So we must assure them that they will prevail when they take our assistance. At the moment, there is worldwide removal of cabal members and their resources. We are also focused on New Zealand as a hotbed of cabal activity and are arresting there. Much work must be done in the ensuing weeks to remove the scourge from your planet. We are able to do this much, but we require your assistance. We ask you to continue to hold the light and not to fall prey to fake news circulated by your media. All is in hand. All will be well again. This is a period of heavy transition, but it is going to plan. Be rest assured and know the light will prevail. Thank you Ivo. From a meme, the mastery of self. No one is responsible for your emotional reactions except you. Others can say and do anything they like, but what happens inside you is only the result of what you are thinking and feeling. You're bored, you're stuck at home isolating, and then now every time you go online, all you see is messages from your government about the coronavirus. 2,000 cases and 23 deaths in Canada. I'll bet more people died in car accidents in the last week than this. No disrespect intended to the deceased. But come on. And for this, we are not working and asked to stay in our homes. No. It has to do with the storm. They are keeping us safe from any false flag attempts or retribution on the part of the cabal, who are pretty upset right now because all their key players are in handcuffs. What I sense is that people are bored, they're at home, and they're circulating information provided very conveniently to us, by the government, the cabal-run government. All you're doing is adding to the hysteria. I sense it and now I'm reacting to it. I'm fed up. There are countries that have had more coronavirus cases and deaths than this. But what is death? We have 5 exit points in our lives that are planned before we're born. Any one of these exit points can be taken when your soul says, okay, you're done here and it's time to go. It's sad for people left behind, but when you understand as a telepath you're never alone and your family can be standing there watching you going through your daily life, and you hear them speaking to you, you realize we are not separated. The physical body tells us we live in separation, and it's because you're focused on your intellect and keep your vibration down by getting fearful of viruses and joining in the hysteria. That's why you can't talk to your departed family members. Because you're allowing others to lower your vibration and you're focused in your intellect. When you switch to right brain dominancy through meditation, you become telepathic and you're calmer because you've activated the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the calming part of your nervous system. People choose when they are going to die. We have 5 exit points to consider when it's best to leave this life, and it has to do with whether we've achieved our soul's goals or not. Death is not random, it's designed. Life is deliberate. It's not random either. Everyone here on Earth right now is playing a part in this drama unfolding before us. Every single person, whether they look like they're aware or not. Their souls are definitely aware. There are many people on this earth right now for a reason, and that reason is because of the transition to the age of Aquarius. And everyone plays a part in it. This is a time that we can use to gain self-mastery over our emotions if we use this opportunity correctly. For those who are sitting at home bored, Why are you bored? Because you're not working? Aren't you complaining you hate your job? But without it, you're bored? That doesn't make sense. There are so many things to do. First thing is get off the computer and shut off the TV and start to think what you'd like to be doing for yourself or your family for the next 2 or more weeks. I can't even fathom boredom anymore. This isolation hasn't impacted my life at all. I'm doing the same thing I was doing before we were asked to stay home. I just finished channeling a book with Ashtar Sharon called Your Future on Eden, and it's available now. I have to get my first newsletter out this week, and then Ivo and I are going to start discussing sacred relationships and sacred boundaries, because when I heard the term sacred boundaries, it resonated with me and I realized that that was a large part of my relationship with Ivo, a relationship of reverence for each other and all life in general. So we're going to explore that. If you want to watch something, David Wilcock did a 5-hour live last night and hopefully it's on YouTube. It's linked below. Invite your family over and watch the blood drain out of their faces as he goes through everything from cue posts to step-by-step explanations of attempts to invoke Nasrallah to Cabal takeouts throughout the past 100 years. He explains who killed Kennedy, and what the ruckus was between Eisenhower and Area 51. All of it's there folks, 5 hours of info anyone could use right now. Carrie Cassidy has new intel out as well, including her 12th visit to Captain Mark Richards, who is friends with a raptor, yes, a dinosaur, named Naga. You've got weeks to catch up on all your intel. Plus I searched online and found all 5 of the RA material books for free download in PDF. Boredom. Who's got time for boredom? This is an amazing opportunity. Ivo, it is what you make of it, my love. Attitude is everything. And that is every day, not just in these times. All have a choice to either enjoy the break or to suffer worrying about the virus. A plethora of emotional states are available to you in your duality at any time, and it is up to you which you wish to choose. Your emotions are your choice. You can choose positively or you can choose negatively. It is always that way, my dear. You are only a slave to your emotions when you do not understand which triggers them. Understand that you create everything in your life, and your emotions are an indicator of your frequency. Me, well, I'm getting coroned out of my brain. No disrespect to people who are dealing with it, but it's not an issue here where I live. I realize I'm fed up, so I have to change something. Ivo, exactly. He's smiling, perhaps more tolerance of the fact that people feel overwhelming fear at times. Me, I know they do. And that's their choice. However, it isn't mine. Ivo, yes, you always sample it though because you're an empathy. So you're aware of it? Me, yes. I'm seeing posts that empaths are getting bombarded lately. Ivo, and one must continuously work on replenishing one's energetic state, especially now if you are transmuting for the collective. One changes their emotional states upon changing their belief system. For example, death is not a sad event, it is of the choosing of the soul. There is no such thing as an accident. When one dies of the coronavirus, it is because they have chosen to. Your bodies are not so weak that they would expire without the consent of your soul, my love. The other thing one must constantly be on guard for is the manipulation of the media. For those who circulate posts, you must understand that as you spread the posts, you become part of that media system, and in so doing, you facilitate their agenda of fear-mongering. Other than a minimum of information, what do people who are not in the ground zero zones such as China, really need to understand about this virus? Yet it is pumped through your mainstream media like blood through your veins, and it is indeed the lifeblood of the cabal, your fear. As you fear, you remain on the artificial timelines and under their control. You have given people options, my love. You have told them to focus on the RV, not the CV, the RV of course being the economic collapse and initiation of the new currency under the quantum financial system and release of the Saint Germain funds to eliminate poverty and bring on prosperity for all people of Earth. Yes. You also gave the suggestion of envisioning the Earth surrounded by glowing violet rays, every time you read or hear the word coronavirus, thereby focusing on healing your planet rather than fearing you might catch it yourself. All good suggestions. Me, I'm sure I wasn't the only one thinking these out. I intuit far more than I realize at times. Ivo, you do, smiling. However, I might add that your people are used to oppressive negative situations and tend to react accordingly. Me, that's why this video, take charge of your mind. You decide how you're going to think, don't let them put thoughts into your head. I'm going to get these Canadian government pop-ups on my computer stopped one way or the other. Ivo, or use them as opportunities to strengthen your will, my love. Tell your mind to ignore them and do so immediately. Me, true. Even letting them get me mad isn't self-mastery. I dislike the fact my computer is used as an advertising vehicle. That really bothers me. Ivo, these things will change. Me, so, the point of this video is, Ivo, can we recap? Ivo, of course. You are the master of your own mind, even your lower mind. It is your mind, you call the shots. You decide how your mind is to think, you determine it is not to be used as a weapon to control you or manipulate you in any way. We all can do this now. It is simply about being aware of the agenda of your controllers and not falling prey to it. The best way to deal with a controller or a manipulator is to ignore them. When you do not energize their attempts, they cannot disempower you. Me, thank you Ivo. Ivo, my love, as always, I am here telling you and the world how much you mean to me. Yes, some people find this objectionable, however if they do not enjoy this, they may look elsewhere for their entertainment. Me, LOL, oh yeah, that poison pen message I got. People, I love Ivo. Nothing can stand in the way of that. Not someone grousing at me in a toxic message. I didn't even read it all. Just caught a bit of it. I get all kinds of mail and I ignore all of it for reasons like this.